Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Crockett Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone. Say, man, get on the phone and call your neighbor, your friend, your mom, your dad, and tell them I am the five-star general. They call her the accountability care of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. She likes to hold people accountable, but I don't think she likes to hold black people accountable. And tonight, I'm finna expose you, shouted. Let's get to it, man. Say, man, I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone and tell you thank you for taking the time out to tune in to the OG. You know, because without you guys, I wouldn't really have a show. I always say that every single night, and I actually mean it. You know, without you guys, I would not have a show, and I really appreciate you taking the time out to hang out with me, man. I saw something today where Mayor Turner is encouraging people to go get the jab. Shut the hell up. Look, man, right now, I know for me, I'm not in the business of trusting local politicians in the city of Houston. I don't have the time, nor do I have the patience to trust these African American politicians in the city of Houston. Y'all steal money, you do all kinds of stuff. So I don't know why I would trust you to go get the jab. I don't know why I would keep trusting you, because every other month it's a new virus. And every other month you either got to get the jab or get the booster that come with it. And this is more shots than we done took all our lives. And some of us have been here for half a century and we ain't had to take all them shots. Man, y'all getting paid off that? Y'all getting some grant money off that? Right now, I don't know if I would want to trust him at all. Ever since this Rhonda Skilling Jones thing has happened, not one black politician in the city of Houston has come out to say anything or hold this lady accountable for her actions, which is taking bribes, you know, while she was the president of the Houston Independent School Board of Trustees. But there's one individual in town that loves to hold people accountable. And it's the good Dr. Candice Matthews. She likes to hold people accountable. And you know, they some of them call her the Democratic pit bull of accountability. I call her the Democratic flunky. That's what I call her. See, you can either be a pit bull or you can be a flunky. Now, I will say she's been on the circuit ever since she put the T-shirt on a podcast with County Commissioner Rodney Ellis, and some say that she even got paid for that. You know, it's allegedly that she got paid to hook up with the county commissioner. And ever since she hooked up with the county commissioner, life has been far different for the good doctor. She's received several awards for the work that she's doing in the community. What work? What work? Now, I know Travis is working. You know, they go out, they feed the homeless, Marcus Brooks and Tahir Charles and Carla Brown and all them good people. I know Kathy Tatum is working. She takes care of people. Lady Hale is working. But what work is the good doctor doing to get all of these awards? Well, when you're a flunky, you tend to be rewarded. I come on this show every night with a purpose. Some nights we have a whole bunch of fun. Some nights we dead serious. But in all actuality, I come on this show to make sure that people are straight. They're not being used. They're not being abused. And the CPS arena that the good doctor is in is one of the most foul arenas that you could ever be a part of. We know that slavery and welfare separated black families. We know that. But the CPS arena has separated maybe far more Black families than any other thing in the history of Black people. And the good doctor is a part of the CPS arena. Now, maybe she does good work. Maybe she doesn't. But in anything that you do, you have to meet certain qualifications. And tonight, I'm going to question those qualifications. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to question those qualifications. But I wanna share a screen with you. This is a good doctor on an average day. She is gonna hold this guy who's running as a Republican for Texas HD 68. She's gonna hold him accountable because he was at the insurgents or whatever you want to call it on January 6th when they tried to overthrow the government. She's gonna hold him accountable, and she wants people to know that he's running for Texas HD 68. Do you even know where that's at? Do you know where HD 68 is located? Do you know what area it encompasses? No, because you're the Democratic flunky. And you do whatever they tell you to do. It's not the point of her. Anybody that violated the law on January 6th should be held accountable. You just posted this a few days ago. But you have not said anything about Rhonda Skilling Jones. And my question is why? Have you been told to stand down like a good flunky will do? Answer that. Have you been told to sit down and go sit in the corner with your dunce hat on because you should not hold Black elected officials accountable? If you're gonna hold people accountable, you're gonna hold all of them accountable. If you're gonna hold politicians accountable, you're gonna hold all of them accountable. But now tonight it's time for somebody to hold you accountable. Now, before I start this, I really want to say what I gotta say. In the United States of America, we have what we call the Constitution of the United States. And therefore, I am entitled to certain liberties and privileges. And one of them is the First Amendment of the United States of America, freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want to say, and it is what it is. Nowhere have I, in the course of this short program so far, have I slandered or defamed you. No, I haven't. Because I know that you like to sue people. So I have to be very careful. Because as long as I speak the truth, then I think I'll be fine. I actually think that I will be fine. So hold on a second. I want to make sure we got everything we need before we get this going. Let me see. Oh man, I thought I did it, but I guess I didn't. Okay. This is, we're going to save this. Hold on just a second, you guys. I want to make sure I got what I need. And we're going to go here. We're going to put an attachment there. And then we're going to do it like this. Bear with me because I want to make sure I do this right. Okay. So every time you look up, the good doctor is holding white people accountable. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's actually nothing wrong with that. You feel what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with her holding people accountable. And in fact, I encourage her to hold people accountable because you should. You actually should. Let's save that. Okay, so now we're going to go back. Just bear with me. But I think that she's very inconsistent in holding people accountable because she only seems to hold Black politicians that she doesn't like, a la Harold Dutton. And she only holds white elected officials accountable here. Y'all bear with me. I'm just sending myself an email. Bear with me for just a second. Okay. All right. Bear with me for just a second. Okay. So here we go. And we'll switch this over. I'm be right back. Just bear with me. There we go. Now we got it. Now we got it. Okay. So she only wants to hold white elected officials accountable. And she only wants to hold black elected officials accountable that she does not like, or whoever her dem that sent her for these people. Everybody wanted to know, we went at her earlier in the year. Dick Fister and a gentleman named Aubrey Taylor. Aubrey had did an article, and it involved something pertaining to politicians and their connection to the LGBTQ community. Well, the good doctor got offended by it, and she decided that she would go after Mr. Taylor, threatening his businesses, putting out affidavits on him, forgetting to redact his children's names, his ex-wife's name. So Aubrey fired back. In the course of that, I was drug into the middle of it for no apparent reason, because at that time, both of them were my friend. So I didn't want any parts of it. We ended up on a phone call, me and the good doctor, and I expressed my concerns about being drugged into a situation that had nothing to do with me, because I understand my power. I clearly understand if I had nothing to do with it. Well, it was expressed that from me that if you want to fight Aubrey, you fight him one-on-one. But don't bring a whole community in that he realistically wasn't saying anything bad about them to attack him. Because if you do that, then I'm going to get in it because he's my friend. Well, those attacks did not stop. I jumped in it. I jumped head first in it. And I went to work. So during the course of that, we exposed a lot of information. And tonight I'm going to expose some more information. A lot of the information had to do with challenging her doctorate degree. Well, challenging every degree that she had, a bachelor's, a master's, but mainly the doctorate. And she said that she got it from several schools, one of them being all the way in Ghana, Africa. We showed pictures of the schools and looked like a little motel at Tweety's from back in the day. I'm not saying I ever went to Tweety's, but maybe I did because I was grown if I did. But nothing added up. Nothing added up. So now I'm doing my thing, and folks sending me stuff and show me that the good doctor, you decided you wanted to hold somebody accountable. And let's check it out again. You wanted to hold this gentleman accountable because he's running for HD 68 as a Republican. That ain't your business. It ain't your business what he running for. But I will say this here. I'm over there with him now. If you gonna hold him accountable, can you hold Skillin Jones accountable? I've never heard you say nothing about Brian Busby. I've never heard her say anything about Brian Busby. 6.2 million embezzled from the school district and you never say anything? Why? Because does it connect back to you? I mean, to your friends or you, or does it? I mean, I don't know. But tonight I want to hold you accountable. And you know why I want to hold you accountable? Hold on a second. Because I can. But I want you to know something. You and your attorney, mine don't play. You like to sue people with lawsuits that don't make sense some days. You sued Aubrey Taylor for whatever, slander or defamation, whatever it was. And then you ran around subliminally, acting like you had won that lawsuit. Or like maybe Mr. Taylor didn't have enough money to fight the lawsuit. I know for a fact that Mr. Taylor paid his attorney up front. He had more than enough money to fight the lawsuit. But in the end, you dropped your lawsuit with prejudice. And what that basically means is he can come back and tell you behind the point as long as he's telling the truth as a journalist. You dropped your lawsuit. What was the reason for even filing it if you were going to drop it? See, if you filed it, you were supposed to go all the way. Because he had defamed you, he had said things about you, he had put information out, which was public record. But you didn't go all the way. See, even in my lawsuit, I went all the way. But you didn't go all the way. See, my mom always told me something. When you tell a whole bunch of lies, you got to remember the first one. And one of the biggest lies that have ever been told, minus the honorary doctorate degree that you got, prior to that you had a PhD from somebody's college. You had a PhD from somebody's college. So y'all sit tight. I want to look at something. Okay. I'm going to share a screen with you guys because I want this to be known. This was obtained through an open records request with the state of Texas and the department that runs Child Protective Services, CPS. I wanted a copy of your initial application. Now, the reason that I have it down here is because there's some things that are not redacted, and I'm not going to show it because I'm not going to put our personal information out. But I am going to show you this. I want to bring this up to you a little bit closer. I am going to show you this, and I want to read this to you, the bottom of it. I certify that the information in this application contains no willful misrepresentation or falsification and is true and complete to the best of my knowledge and belief. I understand that the Texas Department of Family Public Services may verify any information on this application. I also understand that any willful misrepresentation is cause for immediate denial of this application and or later revocation of the license. This is your actual licensing that you applied for on 12/2/2013. And you agreed that everything on this application Was it true? I tell you what. Let's go in here, and I want to decrease the size of this document. Make sure that I have it where I want it. And now we're going to scroll through. We're going to scroll through. Same thing. You said the same thing on this document, that nothing here is fictitious at all. So I want to scroll all the way down. What is this? I want to go back up for a second. I want to go back up. I got to do this the right way. Bear with me. I want to make sure that I have what I need. Okay, bear with me for just a second. Okay. I'm looking for something, you guys. What did I do? What did I do? Hold on a second. Okay. Okay. So now let me make sure I got you where I need you. Okay, so I got you where I need you. So let's go. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something because it kind of just caught me off guard. Okay. We'll go to this document. We'll go to this document. Let's go here. You said you went to South Carolina. You got your doctorate in the other places, in South Carolina, Texas A&M, and other places. Well, what this is this is supposed to be a transcript from the Rosier School of Education at the University of Southern California. You told the lady, please send back ASAP. Don't wet or put water on the document because it will damage it badly. Let me ask you a question. I'm in college, and anytime I need a copy of my transcript, all I got to do is call the records office, maybe pay $5. This is the document that you use to get your state licensing. Let's push everything aside. Let's say that you got your PhD from the University of Southern California, and this is the document that helped you get it. But they had to get it back to you because you didn't want it to get wet or damaged. Might be true. I don't think that's true. You know why I don't think that's true? Let me share a screen with y'all. All this obtained through open records request. Let me check something. But before we check that, let's share this screen. Did you go to the University of Southern California? Or did you go to this university? Because this document also pops up. This document also pops up right here. All right, this document pops up. And what is this? What is this? This is the official transcript. Well, hold on. You were in two different colleges? I'm confused. Were you in two different colleges? Were you in Charter University as well as the University of Southern Cal? That costs a lot of money. How were you able to pull that off? So now we got you in two universities at the same time. One document is on your state licensing, the other. But let's just kill Charter University. Let's just kill that one. Let's don't even think that this one exists. You went to the University of Southern California and you got your degree. Okay? You got your degree. Let's just say that you actually went to the University of Southern California. And let's go back and let's just see how you did while you were there. Okay. So you told them don't wet you. They said on Tuesday, January 14, 2014. And you say you had 68, you had what's that, 60 hours, and looked like you made all A's and B's. Man, you were on the president's list, the dean's list, and all that. Man, that say, man, I know how I feel to make them kind of grades because I know it's tough being a student and making all them A's and B's because that's what I do right now. And I know it's tough, but let's go back to what we were talking about. So the University of Southern California, all right, let's go back up in here. Let's make sure we got what we need. Okay, so we're going to go back to the top of the document. And I'm going to show you why this makes no sense. I want you to pay close attention. Baby, right there, you almost cut the S out of Southern. That's a copy, and that's called a copy and a paste. But this is the document that's on your state license. That's if you see what I see, hold on, let me go back up in here, man. Maybe you can't see that. Now maybe you can. You almost cut the S out of Southern. No, you crazy. You almost cut the S out of Southern. And let's just say that you didn't do that. So let's decrease this document. Let's go back. Let's decrease this document. So open records request, I get the document. But I say something's not right. I'm just holding you accountable tonight. Since you didn't hold Rhonda Skilling Jones accountable or Brian Busby, but you want to hold this white Republican accountable that ain't got nothing to do with us, I'm going to hold you accountable tonight. So let's just say that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Good doctor. What if at the time that all this is going on, what if? Because the war zone is a part of media and press. What if I just reach out to USC and see if you actually went to school there? What if we talk to the University of Southern California and see if you went to school there? I want to share another document with you guys. I want to share a screen. Let me get the screen up for you, and then we'll go from there. Well, good doctor, if you went to Southern California, then you must know Stephanie Magura. Do you know her? Well, she works at the University of Southern Cal and sent over some requests in regards to if you went to school there. Now, if you went to school there, you could be mad at me and then try to sue me for getting your information. But I don't think you got a lawsuit tonight. You know why? Let's go down. Let's scroll down. I don't think you got a lawsuit because we have no record of this individual attending the University of Southern California. And who is Stephanie Maguru? She's the Associate Registrar, Academic Records and Registrar, University of Southern California, University Park Campus, 700 Childs Way, Los Angeles, California. So, good doctor. You signed a document for your licensing and said that everything, the information you gave to them willingly. You wasn't under duress when you gave that information. You said it was truthful. And you knew that if they find out that any portion of that information you gave them was not truthful or fake or whatever, that you could lose your licensing. You didn't give them the transcript from Texas A&M. You didn't give them the transcript from Temple. You didn't give them the transcript from Ghana. You gave them the transcript from USC, but USC has no record of you ever attending their college. And you holding people accountable? I'm going to hold you accountable to the highest degree. You lied on your state licensing. I've had state licensing because I've been a licensed insurance agent in the state of Texas. And I want to know, just like last night, you're out promoting politicians to our community, and you fake as a $3 bill yourself. So are you the accountability chair, or are you the Democratic flunky? Which one? Because nobody should be listening to you. You're a part of an organization that has defrauded politicians and individuals out of their money, which is the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. Right now, you guys have an executive board that's just been voted in, and you're over the state of Texas as board members, and everybody comes from the city of Houston. Why is that? Because you ain't got no chapters no more. You ain't got no chapters no more. But the seriousness of what you did is the fact that CPS is already under scrutiny. The people that work for Child Protective Services across the country are already under a microscope because of things that are going on with kids. Now, if you're going to lie to get into the money, you'll lie to keep it. I'm afraid for those children that you may be dealing with on a daily basis, because you will do anything to keep you in the know, to keep getting your awards. So all of you people out there, I'm going to tell you, let her keep the awards for a second. Because by the time the state of Texas finishes with her, she may have to pawn every last one of them to get out of jail. Because if you were untruthful in getting the licensing, that means you are untruthful in getting the contracts. So did you defraud the state of Texas? That'll be up to you and them to decide. That'll be up to you and them to decide. Now, I know when you see this, you're going to be a little upset and you're going to call your attorney. What's wrong? Your fingers ain't working? Everything I got is public record. And as I said, I got that transcript from an open records request. See, you must forget when you're dealing with these entities like the state of Texas, we can request things through open records. So now my question becomes, should we trust people like this that stand in front of a camera every day and act like they're working in the best interest of our community, which we haven't seen them do any work in our community, but they reward them, they give them awards for the work that they do? And we're supposed to trust you. You've lied to us. You've lied to the people that actually believe in you. So now my question becomes, did you get tired of fighting Aubrey in court? Or were you about to be exposed? I know you're going to call your attorney. You called him after I reported the first time when you dropped your lawsuit. Oh, you think I knew that, huh? You ain't got the guts to file one of them lawsuits on me at all. You do it. Then I get to expose you in a court of law for who you truly are. You're a clout chaser. You got a little money. But see, you like the limelight. I'm delivering gifts for Christmas to all you fake politicians and all your followers. Carl Davis, you next. It'll be an honor to do you, dude, because you're a Yates Lion. I'm going to do you. But see, here's my thing. We got to get these old boule Negroes out of our communities. Now, I'm going to ask another time, because maybe I'm not, maybe I'm wrong about everything. But documentation rule a nation. Are you who you say you are? Or are you just somebody who has to be in that limelight, who has to be under the thumb of Rodney Ellis, who wants to be important? Or you not nothing? I love the hood credibility that I get. All of them organizations, them police organizations that just honored you for your work in the community. You ain't did a goddamn thing in our community. You stole a slab riding idea from Dr. Muhammad. We call them peace rides. You ain't did nothing in our community. Matter of fact, you don't even live in our community. You say you from the north. You probably was. But how long you been living in South Fair? You don't even live in our community. You don't even pay taxes in our community. But yet you're concerned about who's representing our community. Now, we're not listening to you no more, baby. You fake as a $3 bill with a Santa Claus on it. And I mean that. You need help. Man, get him on the phone. Tell him go tomorrow. Go file a lawsuit again, but I don't care. I don't care. And you know why I don't care? Because people like you need to be exposed for who you are. You don't even live in our community, and you trying to tell people they said vote for Harold Dutton. You don't live in our community, baby. You don't care how I go down. You go hang out with the niggas, and then you run back to South Fair and go hide up in your house. And all this to be in some limelight. But you lied on your state application, man. Can you explain that to the people why you lied on your state application to be able to do what you do with CPS? Should we trust you around children at this moment? Now, you know, when I go this far, I'm normally going a little bit further. I don't care nothing about no civil lawsuits. You ain't getting nothing from me. Period. And you know why? because I got high-powered attorneys too. I don't know about yours, but I know mine don't play. I know mine don't play. See, while you were back and forth to court, let me find something for y'all. Hold on just a second. See, while you were back and forth to court fighting Aubrey, I was already in court. And I was in court because somebody wanted to mess with me about what I say. They wanted to mess with me about what I say. So the thing is, I want you to think. I don't want you to, what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to act on your emotions because I'm doing this. I don't want you to make a mistake because I'm exercising my constitutional right as a U.S. citizen and as a journalist also. I want you to think twice before you make a mistake and you bring an inexperienced attorney against me. I need you to think twice before you do it. That was all about somebody telling me what I can and cannot say. So make sure you know that's me. That's me right there. That's me. But I need you to think twice about it before you rush and make a decision. See, because I get the right at this moment to protect those children that you're working with CPS. I get the right now because I've proven that you're a fraud. I get the right to expose you. And what you get the right to do is sit down and shut up. And guess what? Your little attorney, God bless him, sound like a good dude. Sometimes attorneys got to give their clients the best advice they can give them. This thing where you think we can go into court and we're going to be there forever and I'm going to wait him out, try it. Try it. Don't feel bad. I'm going to expose more and more and more and more. Ain't no school right now, so all I got is time on my hand. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to tell the truth. Sunlight asks, is that a predominantly white neighborhood? Yes, it is. So I need you to think twice before you make that decision. And see, me, I don't really care about the money. It's the principalities of the thing. It's the principalities. So let me tell you something. Y'all be careful who y'all listening to this election season. Don't listen to none of them old boule Negroes out there, Texas Coalition of Black Democrats and them fake PACs. Now they done got into political consulting. You working for politicians now. Y'all scrounging? Man, what is y'all doing, man? Y'all working? Y'all putting out push cards there? Oh no, y'all putting out the yard signs at the polls now. Anything for $1, huh? So my thing is, and I know you probably over there swelling up. You're swelling up. You think I didn't put that out knowing that there's a possibility that you might get your temperature high enough to where you want to try these waters? Try it. You wouldn't be the first one to fail. I promise you wouldn't. Try it. You wouldn't be the first one to fail. But what is sad is that we and all you organizations out there, there's so many good people that are out there that do the work that you could honor. But you go get the worst of the worst to honor them. Then these people are the ones that are exploiting black people, just like Christian Martin said, tired of politicians exploiting black people, all of them. You go out there and you honor the worst of the worst. When you go honor Kathy Tatum, when you go honor Travis McGee, Larry McKenzie, Stephanie Brown out of Missouri City, there are plenty of people that you could honor. But y'all keep honoring the trash. You keep honoring people that in the end of it all, they end up in the newspaper on the news for doing something stupid. But you keep honoring them like they're the only people that we have that you can honor. But I guess that's how you organizations work. Don't never scream you over accountability. And I'm going to go out here like this here this time. See, because when I was down with my Democrats, I was down like 4 flat tires. Ma'am, you, not anybody else, but you, don't never try to check no Republican about nothing when you got some Democratic crooks all on the nightly news. Don't never do that. And don't never try to hold nobody accountable when you've not been held accountable. But I think the state of Texas may be doing that. You're a fraud. You are fake. And you really need to atone for your sins. But I get it. You joined the Rainbow Push Coalition and Jesse Jackson, and you're over the state of Texas. What the fuck has the Rainbow Push Coalition done for black people in the state of Texas? You want me to sing it for you? Not a goddamn thing. Did you invite the community when you did your Christmas party? Since you are always in our community, maybe it's time that you not be allowed to come back into it. Because we're finna make a whole bunch of them no-fly zones for you crooked politicians. So, do you have anybody else that you want to hold accountable? Because you can't throw stones at glass houses. I'm sorry, baby, but you can't. You cannot throw stones at glass houses when your business ain't right. I just wanted to let y'all know that it wasn't over. So all the little subliminal messages, oh, she beat Arbery in court. No, she didn't. She dropped her lawsuit with prejudice. She didn't beat him. She didn't beat him. You couldn't beat him if you had help, and you did. And you still couldn't beat him. So why don't you do yourself a favor? Why don't you climb up this tree? You tried Arbery. Climb up this tree. Oh, because by the way, I got some more. Come on, climb up this tree. Come on, climb up this tree. This is a big tree to climb. Especially for a dude that don't do nothing but this all day long. I just research all day long. I'm going to leave y'all with this. You don't have to be a star, baby, to be in my show. You could be a regular Joe to be in my show. You could be just a regular good neighbor to be friends with 5 Star. I want you to know, 05 Star don't go to the black and white functions. None of that. I don't take pictures with politicians. I don't kiss ass. I don't do any of that. But you could be my friend if you're real. But if you ain't, F you too. But you will not sit here and try to hold any of my Republican homies accountable when you can't hold your Negro boule politicians accountable. You know, the ones that stole from my school board that you ain't said nothing about. Don't say nothing to my Republican friends. Because every time you do, I'm going to tell the truth. And trust me, I just gave y'all what I gave y'all. I got a plethora of information sitting in my little war chest. Say it's the reason I'm the best in the business. Every night, Facebook, YouTube, and now Twitter, the hottest podcast in the country, because I'm going to give it to you real. Get on the phone and call the good doctor and tell her, I am the 5-star general. I need another 300,000. Send him my way. We'll cut him off at the knees. I can promise you that. You're going to learn why I like being called a patriot. And I stand behind the Constitution for boule Negroes like you. Until tomorrow, I'll holler at you.